Country Club. An interesting layout, Frank. The players are ready to go. And what are you thinking about as you get set to tee off?
Well, you're thinking about you're going to play a long golf course, sort of mid-7,000 yard range. But this is a golf course that you actually do get to hit your driver more often than not. So it's a good driving golf course. Green's relatively flat as well, but be careful if you're a little weak of heart. Look left or right, you might see the odd gator or two.
That's in the fairway. Second shot. Good look at the green. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Which has been a very good workmanlike performance to get another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. So on this back nine, we started with a par 3, then a par 4, and now we get to a par 5. The 12th is 576 yards.
Yeah, nice blend of holes there that you just referenced. 11 bends to the left, consequently 12 will bend in the other direction. Good drive required. From there, just setting up perhaps 7 iron, 6 iron into a green that's sort of fairly uniform in shape and should present a birdie with a good second shot. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Well, she's just made it look easy out there today. Swing has been rhythmical, tempo's been good, and really has played outstanding golf. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. This is a 19-foot putt.
More hope and determination in that putt.
For birdie.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. At 450, it's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, the medal winners in the Olympics actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. B.J. Singh picked up on that. or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow-through. All those things are still very valid today.
180 yards to the flagstick. Strong wind here early in the round. This is a good-looking shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
No damage done. Made the par. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But fortune favors the brave. At least that's what I was told.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams, pushing one another to great heights.
And it's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5 was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
Just a couple of feet. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also good strikes required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Chance to get it close here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Okay, no problem with that one. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. And setting up here in the rough. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Her best effort, walks away with a bogey. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4, and I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
That is tasty looking right there, from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Yeah, well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. Most golf spectators play the game, whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators. Most golf fans are golfers.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. And getting ready for the putt. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here. Hit it. That's the idea. Just knock it in. That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weisskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Par 4 second hole. A little bit longer than the first. This one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot. A hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot. There's something about a well-hit shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, even at major championships, a good crowd on a single day might be 25 to 30,000. Consider this for just a moment. At the TPC Scottsdale in 2013, round number 3 on Saturday, almost 180,000 fans jammed into that ballpark.
It's hard to imagine that's twice the gate at a Super Bowl on a golf course. Now, obviously, some of it's hidden because of the size of the acreage, but golf just doesn't get that type of crowds anywhere else in the world. But it works at TPC Scottsdale. They have a crowd that keeps going back. They have the Bird's Nest, for example, that goes there, the parties that ring around it. It's an atmosphere that golf never gets anywhere else, but it really works here. The players feel it too. They breathe it. And this is 1 week of the year, just 1 week, where they do feel like superstars.
It's a mix of soft spikes and stiletto heels. There's nothing quite like the TPC Scottsdale. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Now to the second hole. And Frank, what can you tell us about this par 4?
A new tee has been added, lengthening this hole 30-plus yards. Plus, what used to be just one bunker on the right side of the screen has changed to a little pot bunker and the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, and the hole just bends softly to the left. Another very good par 4 here at TPC Scottsdale.
Ideal position, sitting up perfectly. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Go. So at the third, the approach is on the green, but it's a long ways from the cup, about 30 feet away. This is a cross-country special. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of a tournament, Rich.
Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Locked in on the read and the speed. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Moorish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
With that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be two bunkers down the right side. It's now one, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tees added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
That will be a great look at birdie. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Par 4 sixth, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, well, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot.
Good contact, good result. Well, this is the kind of strong wind that will really test a player. 315. .125 yards to the hole, a bit downwind. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot.
Even par currently.
Man,
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets. Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
It's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just has the feel today. This is a good hole, Frank, the par 4 8th.
Yet another dogleg left, Rich, on the front side. And it's a sharper dogleg now because they've put in 2 bunkers down the left side. It used to be a bailout area for the players in the past. You can't do that anymore. And I doubt anybody can fly it over that left one. It's nearly 330 yards to carry that in the air. Those 2 bunkers have forced the players to go out to the right, making that second shot a little bit longer now.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. After that tee shot, this now from 140 yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
This has been a tee to green clinic. Absolutely perfect. Everything coming off the center of the club face and everything in regulation. This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Here at the par 4 ninth hole, Frank, what's the strategy off the tee?
Well, there's one bunker down the right side that you have to be very wary of. 325 yards to carry that, so it's very much in play, and just over 290 to reach it. Ideally, you have to go left about that down the left side. But really, this is a second shot hole because this green is not very deep.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. And Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Ideal position, sitting up perfectly. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's no snack, though.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
She'll be happy with par here. Good effort and good par putt. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Safely aboard. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans. And there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well played here, went straight for the flag stick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Excellent lead for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration.
Really. This is an awkward length.
You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
As this one for par. That's good work. That's good par right there. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. It'll play slightly as a dogleg left. Now, many a year, a player will try and carry the ball all the way over that water down the left side. But those new bunkers down there, it stopped the J.B. Holmes attack on this par 4. You're really going to have to play a little right of those now. And there's a couple of bunkers up on the hill to stop you doing that. So this is really a much tougher tee shot. 440 yards of par 4 just got a little bit more difficult.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, she's firing on all cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. Good chance now for a birdie. That is an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added.
And it takes the wind right out of your sails. Now in the top 25 after the par. So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything. Birdie opportunities, holes that are fought by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the right. Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
This is a 22-foot putt. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week, just a few too many pars. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. You can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
And the direction of the sand.
Looks like it.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
It's that sneaky distance.
Struggling a bit with the flat stick and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Getting set now over the putt. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th of par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl. It's just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards and modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
You can't ask for much more than that. Now 5 feet away. Beautifully done. These putts keep the round together. Leave it short. Wow. She needs this for her par. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. 17th hole, Frank, and this one is really set up for maximum excitement.
Well, there's two things that you really think of. How do I play this hole and how is it going to affect the rest of my round? This is the penultimate hole. If you make a mistake here, it'll carry over. It might cost you the tournament. But if you're a hero, it's going to carry forward to 18. This is why 17 is such a big swing hole.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. This is a long putt. Really the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. That's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it also, it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. This is a good lie, 155 yards out. Down, little Sheba. Down. Dialed in once again. She has played a superb approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but even par currently.
Did the job right there. So that concludes the final round here at this spectacular setting. Frank, final thoughts on the tournament?
Rich, I thought this was really a fantastic venue that challenged the players, and we saw some exciting golf out there all across the board.